Shit, I'm the best thing on here. Shit, I am the shit.
I'm not catching fades anymore. Gotta keep my hands clean when they come for the ball. Keep it smooth like a dawn, making moves in the dark. Cause I learned how to swim in the pool full of sharks. Now they coaches, cause they can't read all his motions. How the kid never switched codes, but he code switch focus. Staring down your team with a frozen, ice cold look that could end the summer solstice. Cause I'm more like the top dog. Keep on running game and the gang will accost y'all. I be calling plays from a plane while I'm off court. But we ain't the same, you a lame, I'm a mob star. Actually, I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athletes. When the cop cars try to catch me, cause I rolled off in a taxi. With my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode, I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God five, I'm the kingpin. They know I'm a dog and a beast, man. Yeah, I keep the peace with a peace, man. I ain't got no time for a piece, man. Why would I respond to a pawn? I'm the... Hold up.
If I let my dogs off the leash, they do my work to get out of Dodge by the east. Honestly, think it's not the blood and the beef. If they don't leave anything behind at the east.
I can see you soft, ever thought about retreating. If you never have, then they'll give you a reason. Better watch your tone, lose your bass when you speaking. Underneath the mask is the wrath of a priest. When you learn how to smile in their face, then go cutthroat. Then they wanna call you a con when the blood cold. I remember starving while y'all had a truckload. Now I'm with the mob with the call and the gusto. I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athletes. When the cop cars try to catch me, cause I rolled off in a taxi. With my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode, I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God five, I'm the kingpin.
Man, Happy New Year. Happy 2024. We are in 2024, man. It's a beautiful thing. We was all able to make it for another year. So shout out to everybody who's here with me, who is here celebrating and still probably celebrating. I don't know what you did last night. Hopefully you had a great time. Hopefully you was able to have a good, healthy time. Hopefully you did not have to have somebody to drag you home. Hopefully you was able to make it home safe and sound. And if you was out there partying, having a good time, hopefully you made it home safe, like I said. And hopefully you didn't do too much to the point where it might cost you a fine later. Or maybe your freedom. Hopefully if you did have a few drinks, you know what I'm saying, a few natty lights, as we like to call it in the South, you are able to make it home safely. If that means you had to call a cab, a friend, or a Uber. Hopefully everything is all right with you. Because I want to see you guys in 2024, right? I want to be able to enjoy my time with you guys. I enjoy my time. So, and then you have people like this. Then you have people like this. I mean, is this what we're going to do? In 2024, we're going to incite violence? Look here, Red Girl. I watched that game with you guys. Y'all cheated the Detroit. Y'all cheated them bad because that man, I seen a still clip showing that man claimed he's eligibility to be eligible. So now you want to give me hell because my team ain't going to make the playoff. This is true. This is true. But we're going to talk about it. I'm not going to let you get me off my square right now. I'm doing my introduction. I want to welcome the people to the Basement Sports Talk Show today. And you are trying to get me off my square. And I'm not going to let you. I'm not. I'm not at all. But with that being said, look here. I just want to make sure that you guys had a safe and wonderful New Year's. For those who don't know, 2024 is going to be a great year for me in the basement. Right? It's got a lot of things going on. Got a lot of great things going on. But make sure y'all do me a favor and hit that like button. I appreciate that. Make sure you hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Please do so. I don't know what you're waiting on, a court order. Let me send the sheriff at your door. Maybe that'll get you going. But now, with that said, 2024, I'm looking to be a great year for me and the basement and all of those who are affiliated with it. Looking forward to doing newer, greater content. I have a great show that I'm going to have on Wednesday, because I think it's very needed, much needed. Let me let you see the thumbnail. So Wednesday show, I'm going to definitely be talking about what I like to a lot of time end the show on, and that's talking about men's health. You always hear me say, black men, protect yourself at all times. And I go through my spiel with, it's your mental, saying make sure you get that taken care of. Well, I definitely want to have a conversation about that because I think it's very important. Men's health is very important. The reason why, because sometimes we don't take it serious as we should. So come Wednesday, I want to let y'all know how serious we need to be taking this, how important this is, how vital our health is as men. So definitely, hopefully y'all guys tap in. Y'all able to come and hang out with me on Wednesday and have the conversation. And I definitely will be dropping a link for those who has something to share or want to talk about. We would definitely do that. But tonight's sports. Tonight we're going to talk about sports. A lot of things happened since then. Now, of course, last Monday we didn't have a show because it was Christmas. So hopefully y'all got everything y'all were wanting and looking for as far as your Christmas. Hopefully that. I did have a worst Christmas show, a worst Christmas gift show. So for those who was able to participate in that, I'm glad you was able to do that. But tonight we're back on the sports thing. So there's a lot of things that happened since our last show. And one of those things that happened is my Kentucky basketball team played a local team here, which is Louisville. So they took care of business. We took care of business. We beat the brakes off of Louisville and had a good time doing it. But it's not even fun no more, right? It's not even fun to beat up on Louisville basketball because they so trash. So it's not even fun. I don't even get a thrill out of doing it. That's how bad it is for us. But with that being said, that's some of the things that happened for me and my team. You know what I'm saying? My basketball team is now currently ranked 6th in the nation. So my football team couldn't do shit for us. My football team took an L. My college football team lost to Clemson in the bowl game. Had a chance to win. We was up. Couldn't play no good enough defense to stop them. And so we took a loss. Now that the college football season over for me, as far as me personally, my team, I have to turn the page and I have to move on to basketball. That's what I'm looking forward to now. So, my basketball team's a good team. We're currently sit at 10-2. We currently sit at 6th in the nation. That's where my basketball team sits. But there are other teams out there that still have a team to cheer for, and hopefully they can win. So currently, right now, Alabama is playing Michigan, and the score is 10-13 in favor of Michigan. Michigan is up by 3 points currently as we speak. There's another game that's going to be played tonight, and that's going to be the Washington Huskies play against the Texas Longhorns. So that should be a good game tonight. Great college game to be watching. So I will definitely be tuning in and out. Of course, I will be doing a show with the Real Precious. I will be over there tonight, so I will have to watch the game. But I keep it on the volume on low. But I'm gonna definitely pay attention, like I'm currently doing now. I'm currently doing a show as well as watching the football game. It's called multitasking. I'm doing that, but I had to make sure I was here tonight. It was very important that I make sure I engage with my subscribers, with my people who follow me, people who tune in to see and talk about the conversation about sports. I will be dropping a link. But with that being said, I need to start off with the football game, the NFL football game, and make sure I let it be known that in the NFL, my Birds are winning right now. We on a 2-game winning streak right now. We are on a 2-game winning streak. Despite of this young lady here talking this shit about my team no longer being in the playoff. Now, this is true. My NFL team is no longer in the playoff. This is a true statement. I can't deny it. I can't fight it. My team is currently out of the playoffs. But nonetheless, I'm not going to let her ruin the joy that I'm feeling right now for my team. Because right now, my team has solidified the number 1 overall pick in the draft. Thanks to the North Carolina, thanks to the Carolina Panthers losing the other day to Jacksonville, we have solidified the number 1 overall pick. So those are good things that have happened to my team right now. I know. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. She said it's a pleasure to tease Bears fans. Okay, hey, Rigger, I want you to enjoy this moment now. I want you to. Because please believe you me, your team ain't winning no goddamn Super Bowl. I think your team's going to lose the first game in the playoffs. I'm just saying. Y'all didn't get the bye week. 49ers got the bye. So y'all have to play the first round. And I think y'all going to lose that first round game. I have no faith in the Cowboys. You know why? Because Dak, their quarterback. Their quarterback name is Dak Prescott, and he's a loser. Your coach name is Mike McCarthy, and he's a loser. So I have nothing to worry about. It's only going to be a short lived. Y'all going to play one more week than we are. That's all. One more week than we are, and then y'all be home right there with us, waiting for the NFL draft. So I can't wait. And I'm going to give you hell when it happens. But for everybody else, I hope you have a good year. I can't wait till the damn Dallas Cowboys lose. I promise you. Look at this bullshit. Doesn't matter. At least they're going. You are correct. So congratulations to y'all for making the playoffs, but it will be short-lived. But nonetheless, in the NFL yesterday, we had a whole lot of things going on, right? So the Ravens, as Clinton's number 1 seed in the AFC, and the San Francisco 49ers have clinched the number 1 seed in the NFC, right? So currently right now, I mean, it's still up for grabs as far as all the other seedings. It's up for grabs, right? So you have a whole lot going on. But we're definitely going to talk about it. We're definitely going to talk about it. But with that being said, I got to show highlights of the best football team in the NFL. I have to. I mean, it's only a must, right? So look here, guys. Let's talk about it. Let's look at some of the Bear highlights. These are my one shining moments, as they say in college football, right? I got to. So let's go.
3rd down, 8 to go. Fields pressured immediately. Athleticism escapes that one. Fields, are you kidding me? Has the first down and scoots out of bounds. The man is a magician, Justin Fields. Taylor in motion. There is Fields in his legs. Dances outside. Stretches. Touchdown, Justin Fields.
Guys, I mean, look. These are the highlights, the brief highlights that I had yesterday, and where the Bears has the opportunity to beat the Atlanta Falcons, and we did such. We did it convincingly. You know, it was a good game, at least in the first quarter. But then the Bears just did what the Bears do. They turned it on, and they had to do what they had to do. So shout out to the Chicago Bears. Shout out to the Chicago Bears for going there and taking care of business, beating the San Francisco 40. Beating the Atlanta Falcons. Shout out to them. Not only beating them, but beating them pretty bad. Beating them pretty bad. Final score was 37-17. So we beat them by like 20 points. But you know what I liked about that game is that the fans was cheering for Justin Fields to come back. And I believe the owners had to hear that. I believe the player personnel and Poles and Warner and as a GM had to hear that. And hopefully they take heed to that. Hopefully they take heed to the fans expressing themselves and what they feel about Justin Fields and how bad they want him back. And not to use that first pick of the draft that we have from Carolina Panthers, not to use it on somebody like Caleb Williams or Mark Drake, somebody like that. Let's go out and get Marvin Harrison Jr., somebody like that. It's another weapon that will help. That will help the Chicago Bears. That will help Justin Fields be successful. That's what I would like to see us use it on. Won't be no highlights next week. Certified hater. Man, come on. Look, let me see. I think the Washington Commanders is who the Cowboys play next week. Man, I hope they beat the brakes off y'all. I hope they beat the brakes off of y'all. I swear I do. But hey, look here. I said I was going to talk about the playoffs pictures, and this is the way the playoffs is all set up. So currently, right now in the AFC, the Ravens are number 1, the Dolphins are number 2, the Chiefs are number 3, and the Browns are number 5. So, of course, number 4 is not yet solidified because it's still up in the air. Because you got the Jaguars, who are in a playoff punt, right? But you also have the Colts and you have the Texans. All 3 of those teams are 9-7. So it's going to come down to that final game of the division, right? So Houston plays the Titans, and the Texans. And I'm sorry, that's who they play for this past week. But that's all division games for next week, right? So it's all division games for next week. And let's look at that. Let's see what the week's 8. Let's see how it lines up. So the Texans play against the Colts, right? And Jacksonville plays against the Titans. Now, I believe the Jacksonville Jaguars has the tiebreaker over both teams, right? I think they have the tiebreaker over the Texans and Carolina. The Colts. But if somehow the Titans win and beat Jacksonville, well, the winner of the Houston-Texas game will win that division. And so they play later that night. So Jacksonville and Tennessee will play at 1 o'clock. So we're going to know if Jacksonville is going to win the division by 4 by 4:30 today. We're gonna know. We're gonna know. So that's who will take that fourth seed. That's who's going to get that fourth seed right there. So that's why it's still up in the air. But as far as anything else, currently Colts are still in the playoffs. They could be able to get that 7th seed. But Colts got to win. Colts got to win that game against Texans in order to stay in. But if they don't, and Texas can mess around and get that 7th seed. So that's how it's all gonna play out. That's how it's all gonna play out. So, Houston and the Colts has something to play for, whether it's for the division or it's for that last seed in the playoffs. That's what they're playing for. So that's how the AFC shapes up. Because right now you have the Bills sitting at 6. Of course, the Browns have the 5th seed. That's already set. It's not going to change. So the Bills are playing for that 6th. Now, if they lose, it could be changed. The thing about the AFC is well, let me say, I can't just say the AFC. The playoff period it's like a cluster. It's like a cluster, man. It's all clustered up. It's all, anybody could win, anybody could play. We don't know what's going to happen. But the one's going to have the most impact. The one that's going to have the most impact is the one in the South, the AFC South. That's going to have the biggest impact. Because if Jacksonville lose now, all of a sudden the winner between like I said, the Texans and the Colts has a lot to play for. Has a lot to play for, and that will be late on at night. So they're gonna know, and it depends. Now let's go over to the NFC. NFC is pretty much the same way. So right now, the number 1 seed is the 49ers. That's already locked up. There's nothing that can happen. And even if they lose, next week, they have the tiebreaker between the Cowboys as well as Philly. So that doesn't matter. As well as the Detroit. So currently, Cowboys are number 2 seed. Detroit's number 3 seed. And of course, the 4 seed will be the Buccaneers. But that can change. That can change because it's still up. The Buccaneers can still get beat out by the Saints because they have the same record. And so it's going to come down to division. Now, of course, the Falcons are out because they need a lot of help. Unfortunately, the Bears are out because they need a lot of help. So you have a lot at stake. That 4th seed is very vital. Very vital. So we'll see how that goes. The number 7, right now, currently, as we speak today, is the Packers. Number 6 is the Rams. Number 5 is the Eagles. But see, that could switch up. That could definitely switch up. Now, with the switch up, it's going to have to take Philly have to win. And I want to say that they have the tiebreaker over the Cowboys. I don't know for sure, but I think they do. But it's a big mess. It's a big mess. And it's going to be interesting on how it all pans out. I'm definitely going to be interested in how it all pans out. But with that being said, man, there's some other things that's going on as far as the NFL. And that's very concerning. And one of those things is, man, this situation with Russell Wilson. This situation with Russell Wilson, man, is real bad, man. And I've seen a couple of times where a couple some of the talking heads was talking about it, right? I seen a couple of times where some of the talking heads was talking about it. And one of them was Ryan Clark. Now, Ryan Clark is a former player in the NFL. He has a very successful podcast called The Pivot that he does with Shannon Tatum and Fred Taylor. Not Shannon Tatum. I'm talking Shannon. I don't know what his last name is, but they have a very successful podcast called The Pivot, and I really like to. I listen to it a lot. They usually have some great interviews, some great Channing Crowd. That's it. Thanks, Marcus. They have great interviews. I really enjoy listening to it. I definitely recommend for you guys to check it out if you ever get opportunity. Usually when I like to take a road trip, I like to listen to it, so it's pretty good. But this was on, I think, First Take. I think it was on, he was on First Take when he made this mention. But I definitely want to play it. And I'm going to play this other guy who's talking about it too. But let's start with my man, Ryan Taylor.
Sean Payton has behaved as a thug since he became the coach of the Denver Broncos. Immediately when he gets in the building, he starts to undercut Russell Wilson personally and professionally from his first press conference on. He tells Russell Wilson, you have to stop kissing babies, stop behaving as if you're running for office. Nobody kissed more babies in New Orleans than Drew Brees. We watched Sean Payton in New Orleans for a decade and a half, never treat his quarterback this way. And so now as you move through and you hear about the phone call, you hear about talking to his representatives about restructuring or doing whatever they wanted him to do to the contract, this was just a means to an end for Sean Payton. This was going to happen. I don't believe there was a thing Russell Wilson could do to make Sean Payton like him. Let's hold Sean Payton to some sort of professional accountability. His behavior as the head coach of the Denver Broncos is unacceptable. Russell Wilson takes a hell of a lot of heat. The humility that Russell Wilson has shown, the professionalism that Russell Wilson has shown inside of that building while being treated that way by that man, all I got to say to Sean Payton is you lucky you had the right one.
So that was one of the clips. Calling that man Sean Payton a thug. I'm like, God damn, that's rough, boy. But I can't deny it. I can't deny that. So let's check out this other clip. Let's check it out.
Sean Payton dislikes Russell Wilson on a level I've never seen before, because not only is he embarrassing him by benching him for the last 2 games, he's making him dress. Meaning what? CBS, Fox, whoever it is going to be on the sideline with a camera on Russell Wilson the entire game. And whether you like Russell Wilson or not, Russell Wilson's a pro. Russell Wilson's an accomplished veteran in this league and has never done anybody wrong that we're aware of publicly. And for Sean Payton to humiliate him in this manner is wrong. And I'll tell you where it goes. Money being aside, because we know money's everything. Sean Payton only took the job because they guaranteed him $90 million, 5 years, $18 million per. He said no to every other offer he got from the Walton family and the Denver Broncos. But here's the reality. This reeks left and right. If I'm a free agent, I'm not playing for that guy.
Now you're not playing
because, and I tell you why, that guy's messing with another guy's money. And one of the things I learned a long time ago, don't mess with my girl, don't mess with my money. And Sean Payton is messing with his money, and he's now trying to humiliate him. I wouldn't want to play for that organization.
That's deep. That's deep. That's deep. Let me bring my man Marcus up. What's up, buddy? You good?
What's up, man? Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's to you, bro. Happy New Year's to you, man. I'm just
Yes, sir.
going over a couple clips, man. I've seen of a couple individuals. I don't know who the second individual was that I went over, but I do know Ryan Clark. And Ryan Clark is pretty honest and forthright, and really has no issue with saying what he needs to say and how he feels about certain things that are going on in the NFL. But with that being said, how they are treating Russell Wilson, or Sean Payton is treating Russell Wilson. I'm going to say the NFL. How Sean Payton is treating Russell Wilson, I think it's disrespectful. It really is. I mean, granted, I know the guy has been playing well for the past few years, and that happens. But with that being said, to bench him and then still make him dress, that's not cool, man. I don't know. What do you think about it, Marcus?
Well, there's like two angles I look at from it, right? I look at it from a business perspective, which the franchise itself did put in a lot of money for both the head coach and the quarterback to come in and fix things. I know that this is Sean Payton's first season. Am I correct? With the Broncos.
Yes.
Okay, and this is Russell Wilson's second or third season with the squad.
His second season.
Right. So I get it that Russell didn't live up to the hype, but at the same time, they weren't willing to meet the standard of what maybe Russell Wilson needed to help elevate the team. They didn't want to add the proper weapons. And I'm not saying that the guys on the team are scrubs. They're not. They're just not that. When you're competing in a division as tough as the AFC West in the AFC Conference, which, is tough already as it is, but then you got Sean Payton's standard of how he ran his team. He ran the franchise he did with Louisiana and New Orleans. Now you got to go with a different system in Denver, which, is a whole different, it's a whole different play call. Now you got outside, people coming in, whether it's the Pivot, whether it's ESPN, First Take, Undisputed. So it's tough, man, because I see it from both sides. Like on one end, imagine you and me, Hank, we're in the front office and we're the owners, and we put this money in for Russ and for Sean Payton, and we're barely trying to fight to squeeze into a playoff spot, which we may not even get, even if they do end up winning this last game, because I know they're 8-8 right now.
Currently they are 8-8. Yes.
Okay, so if they win this last one, who knows if they even still make it to the wild card? Because you got other teams that are fighting for that wild card, spot. Some may have a better record than them because some are going to be finishing 10-7. So
no, they're eliminated.
They're eliminated. Oh, okay, then, so
what happened doesn't matter what the results is.
So on one hand, I do get it though too, because you never know. Like Russell could get hurt too playing the last game, and he could be out for a whole year or 6, 7, 8 months or something like that. And we don't want to see that happen because we saw what happened with Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers was trying to rush back to the field after 4 months, and they don't want to risk that either. So I see it from both sides. It's unfortunate, but yeah, it's just. But I also agree. Like, don't mess with my money either. Don't mess with my family. Don't disrespect my beliefs, my religion, and don't disrespect my money, my income. That's my way to support my family.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely makes sense. It definitely makes sense. But look, before I go any further, I gotta make sure I let it be known that yesterday we had the conclusion of my first year, the Basement Fantasy Football League. And I want to say congratulations to Pinterest. Yes, her name is Pinterest, and she is a female. And she won the first annual Basement Fantasy Football League. So shout out to this sister for winning the first ever Basement Fantasy Football League. Looking forward to doing it next season, and looking forward to making it grow and have bigger and more individuals. This year we only had 8. We only had 8 this year, and it was you know how it is. First year you always start out small, wasn't nothing to win or lose in this. So, we made it a free league because everybody didn't want to pay their fee. But this time next year, we are going to have something different where there is winners and you will have a pot to win. And so looking forward to growing next year. But this year was an introductory year into some people into fantasy football. So looking forward to next season where we will have a pot and we will have winners and losers. So looking forward to doing. Maybe you could get in, Marcus, and you could display some of your fantasy football knowledge and skills. And looking forward to you participate. So I just want to send a shout out to Pinterest for winning the first ever fantasy football from the basement. But go ahead, Marcus. I didn't mean to cut you off to say I just had to let it be known.
No, I appreciate that.
For E Black, I always talk about what's the fantasy football results. Well, there you are. E Black, you didn't win. Matter of fact, you didn't win third place.
Damn.
So E Black didn't win nothing. So
yeah.
Go ahead, Marcus. But no, what you were saying about the Russell Wilson thing, man, it's just, did they invest a lot of money into it? Yes, they did. This is true. A lot of money was invested into the Russell Wilson thing, and they thought they was going to get what they was going to get, but they didn't. So at least let the man finish it out. At least let the man continue to put some things on paper, because it's more likely you're going to want to trade this man. You're going to want to more likely get out from under that big contract.
And give him some more weapons, God's sakes.
Yeah. I look, to me, I think they made a bad move by even signing him. I thought he was done when he was at Seattle, right?
Well, I mean, on the other chance of that too, though, if you look at the other side of that coin, his first season, half their losses were close, like one single possession games. Like half their losses were, so they were right there. They just weren't scoring, and the defense was doing their part to hold the offense down to a lower percentage of points on the opposite, on the opposing team. So they have defensive players. They just didn't. Their offense, I don't know if it's like the O-line ain't really protecting them either, because the O-line like breaks down, and then they don't have a consistent tight end. They don't have like a double package, like one backside tight end and one primary receiver tight end. They don't even have that, and like let alone are they going to have, what did Steve Smith call Jerry Jeudy? He's tier 3. That's what his word. So, when I see those kind of results, I was like, I got to back up with what Steve Smith said, and I'm a Steve Smith, fan too, growing up. And that guy was a dog. So you're gonna need players like that. You're gonna need an Edelman on your squad. You're gonna need some type of tight end like a Mark Andrews, or like maybe a Kittle or somebody like that.
You know something though, Marcus? What Steve Smith wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong. He was spot on. Whether Jerry Jeudy want to believe it or not, he was spot on. Dude, you're not even a secondary. You're not even a good possession number 2 receiver. You're more like a 3 or 4. And you want to get the respect of like you a number 1? I said Courtland Sutton was a better receiver than him. And he proved it all year that he was. Now, unfortunately, Courtland Sutton got hurt. And he's out for the rest of the season. But for his season stats, Courtland Sutton was a better receiver on the team. He was the number 1. Yeah. So somebody like Jerry Jeudy is a 3 or 4 at best, whether he want to believe it or not. And he's playing for
Kevin Samuels. Give him the Kevin Samuels.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's what I'm giving him. Right.
Average
at best. But look here, I see it like this, man. He's playing for a contract. Who in their right mind was going to give him a number 1 or number 2 contract? Number 2 type receiver contract. You're not.
I'm not.
To the best, you're going to be a 3rd. You're going to be a 30. You'll be a 3rd receiver on the team. You're not a number 1. You're not a number 2. You're a number 3 right now. That's what your stats said you are. That's what your career said you are so far. But I'm sure you're going to go out there and try to demand number 1 or 2 type money. They're going to laugh at you. And your agent need to tell you the goddamn truth and say, hey, brother, you ain't no 1 or 2. You got number 3 receiver stats at best. So whatever contract we're gonna get you, man, just be grateful. Whatever good contract we give you, just be grateful.
And next year is always another chance, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can always improve. You know what I'm saying? Unless you want to sign some incentive-based contract. I mean, we can. But brother, I mean, are you gonna stay on the field long enough? Because we know you have also had health problems, so that is a problem for you. Staying healthy.
That's the other thing too about this season that kind of got me mad is I understand that injuries come with the game, but so many players that were star-studded players, whether you were tier 1 player, tier 2, tier 3, got hurt. Like, you know, we have a lot lost on both ends of both conferences.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, health is very important. It's very important. Hey, for the record, let me go and let it be known. Alabama has just took the lead. Alabama just took the lead. So the score is now 17-13, Alabama. For those who are not watching, because hopefully you're tuning into the basement and listen to me and Marcus giving our opinion about what's going on with the Russell Wilson and Jerry Judy's a weak ass. But with that being said, let me do this real fast. Action figure / Funko Pop of the week is Bruce Lee. Album of the week, The Last Dragon, starring my man Bruce Leroy and Show Enough. Great movie. Marcus, have you ever seen The Last Dragon?
Yeah, like probably the last time I saw that was like 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago.
I don't know. I don't know if it falls under one of black exploitation films. I guess it can, but I loved it. It was a very entertaining movie. If you haven't had an opportunity to check it out, definitely check it out. One of the songs on the soundtrack is the DeBarges, and they have a song called Rhythm of the Night. So, you know, definitely check that out. If you haven't had an opportunity, I encourage my subscribers to definitely check that out. If you had an opportunity, you will enjoy it. It's just okay. It's not an action movie. It's more of a comedy. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's still entertaining, and it's kind of funny, so you enjoy it. But I don't know, man. Jerry Judy just need to be grateful that he's still got an NFL a roster spot right now, because there's been times when he played, man, he shouldn't even be on the team. I'm not gonna front you, man. He shouldn't be on the team. But let's move on from them guys, because I don't want to keep on harping on Russell Wilson. I think Russell Wilson is going to end up getting cut if not traded from the Denver Broncos. Sean Payton's there to stay. He's not going anywhere. They paying that man too much money, and he's not going anywhere no time soon. So with that being said, I think Russell Wilson's going to be a casualty of war. He's going to get cut or he's going to get traded, one of the two. I think they're going to
play taps. You're going to play taps?
When it happens, I guess I will. Dun, dun, dun. That was a horrible version of taps, Marcus. I don't know what the hell that shit was.
I need a trumpet. You got the trumpet behind you in the background right there, that musical chairs thing.
Okay. Is that what we doing, brother? Is that what we doing?
Damn.
So, I don't know. Let's talk about your Ravens. Do they legitimately have a MVP in Lamar Jackson? Are they really
finally the best part of this show? I've been waiting for this. The best part of this show, finally.
Marcus ain't gonna make it tonight. Marcus has lost his connection. I don't know what happened to Marcus, but Marcus fell off. What are you talking about? The best part? The best part was when I was playing them Chicago Bears highlights. You ain't know?
Oh, my bad. Low lights, me. Low lights. I got you. No, I'm playing. I like Fields, man. I do like Fields. I'm gonna say it like this. I do like Fields. I like his game. I just like I said, the same reason why I think Russ has issues too, is I think they're the same reason why the Bears don't help out Justin Fields and that Bears organization. I think they just need to give him like a better line, an O-line that can actually hold up for a good while, and then give him a couple solid, you know, even if they're tier 2 receivers, give him those receivers and another decent tight end, hopefully. and a fullback.
Well, I think that's coming. I'm hoping that we stick with Justin Fields, right? I'm hoping we do. We got the first overall pick, and currently, as we sit with our record, we have the 10th overall pick. So those are a couple good weapons we could be getting in those two slots. With that being said, I would like to. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love Marvin Harrison Jr., but we have too many holes still on our team that needs to be filled that I feel like we can use if we trade down. So you have a couple of teams who are in dire need of quarterback, right? I've been saying that. I've been saying that. I'm gonna continue to say it. You got a couple teams. So right now, a couple teams sits at 2 and 3, and you have the Washington Commanders and the New England Patriots are two teams who are in dire need of quarterback. Now, of course, there's some others like the Raiders. I think the Jets, because I don't know about Aaron Rodgers and his future with the team. But you have a few teams that are in dire need of a quarterback. So if you look at it currently right now, we have Washington's got the number 2, New England has number 3, number 4 sits Arizona, the Giants is 5. I think they need a quarterback. The Chargers, I think they're good. The Titans, I don't know. The Jets, I think they need a quarterback. I think the Falcons need a quarterback. Then, of course, you got 10. We back up again at the draft pick. Then you got the Raiders. I think they need a quarterback. I think Minnesota's going to be in the market for a quarterback. I think Denver is going to be in the market for a quarterback. So,
did you mention the Colts too?
No, the Colts got a quarterback, man. They still got that boy Anthony Richardson. He just got hurt earlier this year. So,
I mean,
Pittsburgh, are they going to be in the market for a quarterback? It's Green Bay.
They definitely need a quarterback. They definitely
It's Green Bay sold on Jordan Love. I don't know. So those are some of the teams that I look at that's going to be in the market for a quarterback. So with that being said, why not make a trade?
You mentioned the Commanders too?
Yes, Commanders are number 2. But see, I don't see the Commanders trading up to number 1 to get a quarterback, because there's, you got Caleb Williams, and then you have Marcus Drake. So if somebody was to trade up for number 1, they're gonna be number 2. They're still gonna get, I think, have an opportunity to get one of the 2 good quarterbacks. So I don't see the Commanders trading up. Now, the Patriots, I can see them doing it. You know what I would like? This is me. I would love to have somebody like Marvin Harrison Jr., but I will be willing to trade out of the spot and maybe hitting up Arizona. Arizona is number 4, and I don't know if they ready to move on and get a quarterback, but I think they are looking maybe to get a receiver. I wonder if Arizona is willing to trade them too. They got 2 first-round picks this year.
You know who I could see? Who I could see the Bears or any team in the top 5 that can get that receiver from the Huskies, Washington Huskies.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I like him. He's 6'3". Yeah. He's fast. He's
got size.
His stats are better than Marvin Harrison Jr. this year. I looked at him and I compared him. Somebody mentioned it. I said no. Then I looked at him and said, damn, he got better stats. Why was he invited to the New York for the Heisman? Not only him, your boy from the Florida State. He's got some good stats. Your boy from LSU, that receiver from LSU.
Oh, that guy's a dog.
So that's that. Look, if we was decided to trade out of that spot, and matter of fact, like I said, trade all the way down to say, I don't know, for Atlanta number 9, right? I would be okay with that. I would be okay with that. If we trade out of number 9 allow Atlanta to take the number one spot when we get their pick this year, and we'll get that pick next year, I'll be okay with that. And I will use that position to get a receiver, like I said, the receiver from Washington, and use that second pick from for that defensive end from Dallas Turner from Alabama. I will be okay with that. Or if they decide to get offensive lineman, I will be okay with that. You got that guy from Penn State. I like him. So I will be
Georgia
okay.
always has good linemen too. Georgia.
I will be okay with that. I'm not in dire need of saying, hey man, I need Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm not in that position. I would like to, but I'm okay with trading out of the spot to get more picks. That's where my stance is right now. My man say, like I said, I know you saw that bullshit with the line, brother. I did. I really did, and that's why I said Dallas got away with one. They cheated, y'all. They really did. But now, look, you ain't gonna get a lot of sympathy to me because y'all Detroit, y'all the Lions, y'all in my division, so it is what it is. But I seen it. I feel like y'all got a raw deal. Say like, well, man, I know you probably a little bit upset. But look here, man. You got a team that's playing for national title. Well, at least playing in the Final Four, and they got the ball and they driving. So hey, you still got some hope in the state of Michigan. Oh shit! Well, I said it too soon. Y'all best rather fumble the ball. But no.
See what you do, Hank.
What's that, brother? I jinx people.
You just jinxed them. You jinxed them.
God damn. I mean, it happens like that, man. It happens like that. No, but I would like to see that. I would like to see my team do that. But let's talk about your sorry quarterback. Let's talk about Lamar. I don't think he should be.
Wow, you mean the MVP?
Yeah, well, that
2-time MVP. He's gonna be the MVP again.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
And you will see me again.
I don't think that last game. I don't think that last game should put him in the race for real MVP. I don't think so because he wasn't. He's not number one in no stat. What statistical stat that he's number one in?
The only one that matters? You're number one and you win.
Oh well, now okay. Well now you're right about that. If you talk about wins, he's number one. He's number one overall seed. This is true. I can't deny
and he's
that.
A dual threat too.
Okay, well that's nice. That's all fine. Oh, he missed the field goal. God damn. Poor Michigan. Poor Michigan.
You don't mean it.
No, I really don't. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I can't give him that though, man. I mean, other than that, yeah, okay, that's nice. That's a nice little thing. But guess what? That didn't help Jalen Hurts.
Damn, whether you win, lose, or tie, it's never good enough. Y'all are just ungrateful, man. Y'all are watching greatness.
Look, I'm gonna say this: McCaffrey is a legitimate candidate. I think your boy Tyreek Hill is a legitimate candidate. I would look, man. I'm sick of seeing these quarterbacks winning these awards, man. I'm sick of that. Heisman Trophy, MVPs, man. Let some other players get it. They really deserve it, man. This is just my opinion.
Well, I mean, you've seen receivers win Super Bowl MVPs. You saw Cooper Kupp, Edelman. I think you saw Jerry Rice back in the day win a Super Bowl MVP, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm talking about regular season MVP, man. Come on, man. You know what I'm talking about.
I mean, yeah, I get you, but this is a quarterback league. This is the QBFL, the quarterback football league, not the NFL. You know how it goes.
Yeah, I'm tired of that, bro. I'm tired of that. I want to see other positions who deserve the opportunity to win MVP. So,
well, listen. Ray Lewis and Ed Reed didn't win it, and they should have.
Who?
Ed Reed and Ray Lewis were there, and they didn't win MVP, but they won Defensive Players of the Year. So I appreciate them. So I get it. You don't like to see that, but this is the quarterback league, man. This is what they pay for. They want to see passing touchdowns. I get the receivers, the exception of a few greats, Terrell Owens, Randy Moss, Larry Fitzgerald, the list goes on and on of great receivers but still it's a quarterback's league, man.
Look, Marcus, I can't deny that. I can't fight you on that. I can't argue. You are correct. All of these things are true. But with that being said, man, I don't feel like Lamar should get that MVP just because he had one really good game. Because I've seen some game where he's just average.
Well, there was more than one game where he was great. It wasn't just his last game. You're being disingenuous now. You're being facetious.
So he threw the disingenuous on me. I got you.
Yeah, I had to. Ali. Shout out to Ali, man.
Shout out to my brother Ali, man. Oh, man.
Word of the day. Word of the year.
You ain't lying. They've been wearing that. Oh, man, they wear that. But look,
got a lot of miles on that word.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the YouTube prostitute, ain't it?
If it ain't accountability, it's that other word, disingenuous.
These are facts. Man, look, I don't know, man. I guess it's going to be interesting on how that all pans out. I would love to see how they vote and see where the demographics of the votes are coming from. Is it more East Coast?
I wanted to add this too, though, because they had players like Marshall Faulk, Jamal Lewis, a lot of these great running backs, or Adrian Peterson. I don't know. Did Adrian Peterson win MVP of the league? Did he win MVP?
Yeah, he won it.
Okay, yeah, because I remember when they had breakout 2,000+ yard rushing seasons, and they had all-purpose yards and scrimmage yards and stuff. So I think McCaffrey's the next one that's like that. If not, it's Tyreek Hill. I just think because McCaffrey can run and catch and do other things along with the ball. Tyreek is more of just, he's going to catch the ball. Can I see him run with the ball? Sure, but I got to see more of that. At least that's where I kind of see McCaffrey more dual threat, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. It definitely makes sense.
But I ain't going to take away from Tyreek Hill's phenomenal season, I ain't going to take away. He's even phenomenal.
Yeah, look, I just think McCaffrey probably should be the front runner, truth be told. And your boy should be runner-up right now as we speak today. That's how I see it between the two. I think McCaffrey should be, MVP, and Tyreek should be a close second.
Man, I'll give McCaffrey Offensive Player of the Year. Can they share an award? Like co-offensive players of the year or co-MVPs? They should make that happen one time. They should do that happen, split it between.
I don't know about the NFL doing it. I've seen it in the NBA co-rookie of the years. I've seen them do that, so I wouldn't put it past them to do such. Roger
Goodell, if you're going to watch this stream, make it a co-offensive player of the year, co-defensive players of the year, and then because there's a lot of talent, man. Like it ain't just one running back here and a receiver there. There's a lot of tier. There's a lot of top tier positions where players are playing it. Like Mike Evans gets overlooked a lot, but Mike Evans is a consistent player. 1,000-yard seasons, multiple touchdowns, and he shows up. I know Cooper Kupp was injured, but when Cooper Kupp was having his phenomenal years back to back, he was a monster. You got Kelsey, who's a statistical monster, probably arguably going down as the greatest tight end ever. Even though I'm kind of biased, I'm going to say Gronkowski and Shannon Sharp are going to be my tight ends that I want on my fantasy team, or my Madden team. But you know what I'm saying? You can't forget about Todd Heap. You can't forget about Todd Heap, man.
Why are you naming all these guys dang on
Ravens
rejects, man? Nobody care about this.
Well, Gronkowski wasn't a Raven. He wanted to be, but he wasn't. But I'm just saying, I'm giving him credit. That was That was
So,
when it wasn't Shannon Sharp. He
outlier.
was
He said,
that.
"Well, outlier." You gonna give him the credit? I got you, though.
I'm gonna give him the credit. You know what I'm saying? You can't forget who else was a tight end back in the day? Was it Mike Ditka? Wasn't Mike Ditka a tight end?
Yeah.
Mike Ditka, and he was part of the greatest defensive team that won that Super Bowl, right? But besides my Ravens in 2000, right? Besides my Ravens in 2000.
Mike Ditka was a coach then. He wasn't a player.
Oh, okay.
Mike Ditka played in the 50s and the 60s.
Damn, he's old. It's all right though.
Yes, he is. He's old.
He's
old.
he's still a baller though. Still a baller. Nah, but it's just the way it is now, man. And then I don't like it. I do agree with Tom Brady's take. I know, just to stick it to sports for a bit, but I do agree with Tom Brady when he said that it is a different game in this generation. There's so many penalties, so many flags. You can't really. I get it. You got to protect the player, but then you're kind of also taken away from the game. So that's the unfortunate. I grew up in a smash mouth football era. Troy Polamalu, Bob Sanders, Brian Urlacher, Ray Lewis, Terrell Suggs, Brian Dawkins, who was one of my favorite players to watch as when he was playing with the Eagles. And then you had like Ed Reed. Then you had the late Sean Taylor. You had all these players that were coming out of nowhere. And then you had the other linebackers too. Zach Morton. You had Derek Brooks. You had the safeties like John Lynch. You even had Steve Atwater and then Ronnie Lott. They don't make players like that no more. Yeah, Sante Samuel was a great, safety too.
Yeah, I mean, you named some good players, man. Some of those are Hall of Fame players. I mean, that is what it is. Like you said, it's definitely a different era, and these are different styles of play, and them days are gone. and unfortunately, they're not coming back.
Damn.
Yeah, I feel your pain, brother. I promise you, I do. They not coming back, and so we got the new NFL. So we just got to play within the rules of the game. So with that being said, look, I would like to see it open up. You know what I'm saying? To see more than just a quarterback keep winning these MVPs. You know what I'm saying? And all these postseason MVP or Super Bowl, regular season MVP. Stop this. Stop this. Other players deserve that MVP, and we all know who they are. You know what I'm saying? We named a couple of them, and I said Tyreek Hill and McCaffrey. To me, they both deserve it over Lamar Jackson. Now, will they give it to him? Probably not. Because look here, I ain't going to take it away from Lamar. Lamar is an electric type player. He's going to put on the show, and we all know in the regular season he's going to give you everything he got. But we know come the postseason, Marcus, we know come the postseason, your boy going to disappear on you.
I'm going to wait till you finish.
You know your boy going to disappear. He going to get ghost on you. I don't know. What do you think, Mark? Do you think this is be Lamar's year to perform in the postseason?
Absolutely, 100%, and that's with full bias. They're ready, bro. Listen, they've all been counting him out, even when they had a hurt roster. With the hurt roster, they were a number one seed in the number one conference with home field playoff advantage. All right, and they got the bye. So they get to rest up, squad up, Ravens nest, Ravens claw, Ravens do or die, fly high.
Yeah, I don't
Eagles,
see that.
man. This ain't no Eagles, bro. We ain't the Eagles right now.
I don't see that happening for you, brother. I ain't gonna lie. I don't see that really happening.
It's all right.
Shout out to my brother for coming through. Happy New Year, everyone. Let's get our brother Hank to 10,000 subscribers and beyond in 2024. Brother Marcus, I hope that's happening. I hope you speak it into existence, because I'm definitely going to talk it into existence. But I thank you, Brother Marcus, for stopping through, my brother. Hopefully you hit that like button while you're here. And hopefully everybody else hit that like button. If you ain't hit it yet, I don't know what you're waiting on. Court order? Let's get it going. Hit that like button for you, boy. I appreciate that. But no, I want to talk a little bit about this NBA thing. So I don't know if you've seen the game the other day that LeBron
Which one?
the game with LeBron. He came down there and shot a three, and they said it wasn't three; it was a 2-pointer. I don't know. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw the video and I saw the highlight. Then I saw them post where his foot was on the, like, it was barely like within a quarter of an inch behind, I think, the line. I thought it
Yeah,
was a three. I thought it counted as a three because when you zoom in, you see it like right then and there, but it's like probably a third or a quarter of an inch behind, but it's still technically behind. So I don't know. It's just these referees, man. Then it's like, just pay attention to the cameras. Like, zoom in. Y'all got high quality cameras. Y'all can afford a lot of stuff.
I don't understand it, bro. You got 4K, 8K. I mean, come on now. I mean, what are we doing here? You have all these cameras in this building, and you can get any angle you want. Matter of fact, you got the people in New York also monitoring it, and somebody could call down and say, "Hey, no, that was a three." But let me say this though, Marks. To me, I agree with I think my man Lou said on the other day, and he said they should have called it a three, and then go to the video to prove that it wasn't a three, and then change it to a two. That's just what I thought they
Yeah.
should. I mean, to me, that makes more sense. But when they called it a two, I don't think it was so controversial that they couldn't change the call, so they had to go with the original call. So look, people always think the NBA is rigged. People always question that anyway. And then when you had that at one ref that was fixing games, that didn't help. And one of his
Oh,
co
you're talking about the ref from the 90s and 2000s?
make what is that guy's name? No, it wasn't the 90s. It was early 2000s when his last game was like early 2005. I think was his last game that he ref. Now, yeah, he started in the 90s, but I think his last game was in 2005. One of the guys
Talking
that was
about Tim Donaghy?
yes, and one
Tim
of the guys,
Donaghy, yeah.
one of the guys that he used to ref with is still currently in the NBA refing.
I think the guy got caught for gambling and shaving points because he was with the mafia or doing something with the mafia.
Yeah. But the only reason why I knew about him because his name kept coming up on the wiretap. I don't know if you had an opportunity. I
Oh,
watched
shit.
um, the Netflix show. They got a documentary
Yeah,
on
I know what
Netflix.
you're talking about. Untold, right?
Yeah, Netflix has a great. They put out some great documentaries. I really like Netflix documentaries, and so they had they got a couple sports documentaries like Malice in the Palace, the And One, what's that the Teo Manti Teo documentary was pretty
Yeah.
good, and that like I said with Timothy with what's the guy's last
I'm
name
gonna
again?
go even further than you, Hank. You remember back in the day when they used to do 30 for 30 on ESPN?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, my favorite was Going Broke. When they asked that financial advisor, he said three things: don't blow it, keep it simple, save your money. And they were
Yeah.
paying this guy $1,000, y'all. And I was like, wait a minute, he paid me that money. I can tell you that.
NFL every year they have a seminar where they bring guys in to have that conversation.
Yeah.
Every year they do that. They have a specialist come in to talk about how you got to protect yourself against certain women and protect yourself in certain situations. Don't get caught up in essays or anything that's going to cost you your freedom or your money.
I think John
learn
Morant missed that seminar.
learn how to say no. And some of these things are simple things you probably heard before. But yet you gotta hear it again from some special guru, and you still mess around and do just the same thing he taught you to do. Say no. Get out of there. Don't put yourself in that situation. Some cats just don't listen though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Some cats just don't listen, so they got to suffer. Some cats just got to take that hard lesson. It is what it is. I don't get it, but it is what it is. But hey, Marcus, I don't know if you seen the thumbnail. A great show that I'm gonna have tomorrow, and this is it: men's health. Definitely gonna be talking about that tomorrow because I think it's very important for men to take their health way more serious than they really do.
When you talk about health, you're talking about all aspects like nutrition, fitness,
All
all that kind of
aspects.
stuff.
But more so the medical side of it, like making sure you're getting your checkups, getting a physical, making sure your A1C is in order, your blood work's in order. You know what I'm saying? Get your checkups as far as your prostate and your colon. You know what I'm saying? Making sure you're eating right, you're doing better. As far as diabetes and heart disease and high blood pressures and high cholesterol. Talk about all that. All that's got to be talked about. All that's got to be mentioned. Because it's something that we all have to deal with, especially minorities. So that's definitely a conversation I definitely want to have. I always talk about, usually at the end of my shows, black man, protect yourself at all times and do certain things as far as your health and well-being. Why not have a show on that and have a conversation about it? And let's talk about it. So that's going to be my show and the topic on Wednesday. We're going to definitely have the conversation and we're definitely going to talk about it. But, tonight is sports. But I'm about to wrap it up because, it still is New Year's Day. And I still want to have the people have the opportunity. And I'm sure that you got a lot of people probably paying attention to the college football playoff because it's a close game.
Can you do an update on the score so far? Can you do an update?
Yes, sir, I can. Right now, currently, we sit at Alabama 20, Michigan 13. And Michigan has the ball, but it's now 4th and 2. So they're going for it at 4th and 2 with 3 minutes and 19 seconds left. So that's currently where we sit
in the fourth quarter?
Fourth quarter.
Damn.
Fourth quarter. Now I can do a play-by-play for you right now. They line it up, going for it on 4th and 2. They drop back. Oh, they got the first down. Oh, they got more. A whole lot. Oh, shit. They got a whole lot more. A lot of flags being thrown.
Well, I wanted to ask you before you close your show out.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, bro.
On NBA, what do you think so far about the season?
Thing about the NBA, I really don't pay attention to it until after the Super Bowl. So I'll pay attention. I think the Super Bowl is February the 5th. I think that's what it is this year.
I think so.
It's the first.
It's usually the first Sunday, right? Of February.
First Sunday in February. So yeah, no, I'm sorry. It's the 4th, February the 4th. So February the 5th. That's when I get into the NBA.
Damn, exactly a day after.
That's when I pay attention.
Well, I don't know if you talk a lot about combat sports in your channel, like boxing and MMA.
Yeah. I definitely. Well, let me say this: whenever we have a big box match, I won't go talk about the smaller fights unless it's somebody who's going to be intriguing to me, who I think is going to be a good fight, but they may not have the big name. I'll talk about that. UFC, same way. But definitely, if you won't come up here and talk about it, we're gonna talk about it. Now, the big fights, I definitely gonna have a conversation. We definitely gonna talk about it. We definitely gonna make mention of it. But the smaller fights, I usually don't.
What's the next big 3 boxing fights you think that should be made?
Well, I think your boy Wilder's done. I think he's done after he lost that last fight. I think he's done. I think that Josh Anthony and Fury needs to have a fight. I think that needs to be the next fight as far as
Anthony Joshua.
Yeah. Tank Davis. I think that's going to be a good fight. His next fight. I don't know who he's projected to fight right now. As far as my man, we're gonna get that rematch. I think that's what
With
That's what's
who?
going to happen next. The Spence, uh, Earl Spence, and Terrence Crawford. I think that should needs to be the next fight. I think the rematch now. Whether the way he looked in that first fight, I don't think it should be one, but he has it in the contract to get one, so you got to give a man his rematch. So I think those should be our next 3 big fights.
No, I got to bring him up because I got to add my representation. He is from
No.
Mexico. What about Canelo?
Who
Because
he's
some
gonna
people
fight?
want to make Canelo. Some people want to make it Canelo versus Crawford.
But
They
he
want
can't.
Crawford to go up weight.
Crawford's got to fight Earl Spence first.
Didn't he already beat him?
Yeah, but he got a rematch clause in the contract. So he's got to give him his rematch.
After that ass whooping, bro, I wouldn't call it a rematch after that.
I agree with you. I don't think there should be a second fight. It doesn't make sense to me.
It's kind of like Rocky when Rocky loses and then he has to come back and make a couple fights every now and then. Bro.
Well, I mean,
Just play that Bon Jovi in the background.
is that what they're gonna do?
He's gonna have to do something.
Yeah, you're right about that. I don't
Man.
know.
I'm huge into combat sports, bro. When it's not like NBA or NFL, just because I grew up doing the actual sport, and then just being around like certain fighters, like being around like Victor Ortiz, Timothy Bradley, being around Dimitri Bivol, the last guy who beat Canelo. He trains out not too far from where I'm at, and then you got like even UFC fighters that I've been able to be in the room with, and it's crazy. Oscar De La Hoya before he was into doing other bad things, allegedly. Um,
Mm.
and then then you had like Manny Pacquiao, who I grew up, watching. I like Roy Jones Jr. A lot of these great fighters, and yet I think Mike Tyson said it perfectly. A lot of fighters now they don't have the guts to want to go lose that O on their column. I remember he said himself, he's like, I remember the day when we would fight in the ring like it was Clash of the Titans. And even in your day too, you probably saw that too.
Yeah, for sure. Well, see, my days, I also watched the heavyweight go from fighting on regular channel to watching them fight on cable channel and pay per
Yeah.
view and all that. So I do remember that, you know. But it is what it is, man. Look, you see how they got some of these fights that shouldn't even be on nowhere near pay per view on pay per view. I'm like, why is this pay per view? This is trash. They trash. Why is this I gotta pay to see these two bums go at it. Makes no sense
Well,
to
you
me
know
at all.
what? Hank. Even in the grocery store, tomato cans need to be bought. So, you know what I'm
Is
saying?
that what it is?
Hey, they're part of the nutritional value, I guess. That consumption.
Oh man. Well, for the record, Michigan just scored. So now the score is Michigan 20, Alabama 20. 1 minute and 34 seconds to go. What's
Someone's got
gonna
a
happen?
chance to hit a field goal. Alabama
Huh?
can do it. If anybody's gonna beat Michigan, it'll be Alabama.
Well, they got a minute and 40 a minute and 34 seconds to do it. They got a minute and 34 seconds to get in field goal range if that's what needed to happen. You only need a field
All
goal to
right.
win. That's
So
it.
last question then, I guess, because I know you said you're gonna close out your show, but who do
Yeah, go
you
ahead.
who do you got going far in the playoffs? Who do you got getting eliminated quickly?
What are you talking about? College football playoffs?
No,
Are
in
you
NFL.
man, that's tough, man. Look, I was thinking Philadelphia and the 49ers for NFC championship game, right? That's who I was thinking. And I was thinking Buffalo going against the Chiefs as far as the AFC. And I was going to have a rematch of the Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. But with both of them not playing so good right now, I mean, I don't see that happening. So look, I can see the 49ers going back to the Super Bowl. Hey, I could see a rematch of the game we had earlier of the 49ers playing against Baltimore in the Super Bowl. I could see that.
Yes, sir.
And with that being said, we're going to end the show and we're going to drop Marcus's sorry behind. We're going to drop him right now because there's no need to continue because I just made this man day. Now he going to mess around and squeeze one out.
Yes, sir.
That's the thought of what I just said.
It's all right.
Mark,
Well, I know I'm gonna head out though, but I did want to tell you one thing real quick, Hank.
What's that?
When I first saw you, and this is just an assessment from the first moment I saw you on the piece, I was like, man, this the guy knows how to roll his R's because every time he says character, I was like, damn, this guy, he's a cool cat. I like how he moves. I respect him. I like how he's always saying, hey, man, protect yourself at all times and watch out for your health. Go get your checkup. And he's a good man, a noble man. He takes the time out to coach other people's kids. He doesn't have to, but he does it. And I just want to give you your flowers, man. That finally that wall grew and you filled in the shelves with some Funko Pops. So that's a good thing too. And shout out to you, bro. You're always holding a good show. You always have a good time to talk to the chat, talk to people on your panel, and just overall give great content. So you're genuinely yourself too. You haven't changed who you are.
Well, Buckers, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, sir, for the kind words, and I appreciate you for always supporting me, always being here, always coming up and hanging out with me. Even though you talk about these sorry ass Baltimore Ravens.
Well, that's all right. Your Cubs ain't shit either.
Damn, man.
Not even Bears. Not even Bears. They're Cubs.
Our time is coming. Our time is coming. It's coming soon. But I appreciate the kind words, sir, and I want to continue to do what I need to do to grow as far as my channel and continue to put out content that is going to be beneficial to especially the men, right? Especially the men. I want to see us win and do better. And so I'm going to continue to push out content like I do. And that's why I'm talking about men's health on Wednesday. Definitely this is content that needs to be talked about. That's not really talked about in this space. It's just unfortunate, but I want to make sure that I do that for the people, and that's my way of giving back. That's my way of giving back. So I appreciate you, brother, rocking with me. Thank you for coming up tonight. And, hey, man, come back Wednesday if your schedule allowed and rock with me. You know what I'm saying?
I got you, bro. And again, like I said, Happy New Year. Y'all make sure to subscribe to Hank's channel, like the button, leave a comment, do Cash App donations. He needs to fill up his shelves more with some Funko Pops and some albums. And then also make sure he helps out with the garage sales when he wants to go dive, for some goods in there. Other than that, man, just hit the notification bell, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Like I said, with Hank the Basement. Hopefully you get an upgrade. You can get up on the attic or the roof finally and get out that basement. Go Ravens.
Basement, man. Ain't nothing wrong with the basement. I love being here. Thank you, Marcus. I appreciate you coming by, my brother. You have a good night. Happy New Year to you.
Peace.
Right on. Oh man, I appreciate Marcus and the kind words that he shared with me, and thank you for the compliments and the flowers. I appreciate that. Yes, my show has grown since then. My wall used to be bare. Well, it's not like I didn't have the stuff. I just had to figure out how much was it going to display it and what I was going to display. So I said, well, why not display my Funko Pops and my action figures and my albums? So that was the decision I made, and that's what I chose to do. And I appreciate Marcus coming through. I've come a long way, and this is true. And I appreciate everybody who rocks with me and continues to rock with me. I do appreciate that. And like you said, hey, if you haven't subscribed by now, what are you waiting on? Please do that. Hit the like button. If you haven't done that, take the opportunity right now to do that. I appreciate that. Hey, thank you guys for coming by. I'm about to get over here and get ready for the Real Pressure Show. And you can definitely come back to my channel. I will be simul streaming with her. So definitely tune into that And please drop a comment. You know what I'm saying? Hit a like button and do all those good things. That was, woo, damn. Well, for those who didn't know, Alabama just kicked it off. The guy muffed the punt, but fortunately he got on top of it. But he was tackled at the 1 yard line, so that's awfully close. It's going to be interesting on how they deal with this. It's going to be very interesting on how they're going to deal with this, because they can't just take a knee. You're going to have to get that ball out of bounds. Oh, see, I don't know. That may be a safety, because he got tackled in the end zone. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to handle it, but it's definitely going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting. But, guys, thank you for rocking with me tonight. I appreciate you guys, and look forward to seeing you on Wednesday again. The show will be about men's health. That's very important to us, especially amongst us black men. So that's going to be the show on Wednesday, man. Look forward to seeing you guys come through, rock out with us, and have a good time. That will be the show on Wednesday. So definitely come back on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, and come back and rock out. We're going to definitely have some good conversation. It's definitely going to need to be talked about, because stuff like it's very important. It's very important. So until then, I will see you then. Y'all have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your New Year's, but be safe doing it, okay?